start shaking off the cobwebs and prepare for the 2025-26 season. We are bringing you a match between South Africa's Orlando Pirates up against Bolton Wanderers, who play their football now in League One, or the third tier of English football. Match being played here at the Marbella Football Center in Spain, and this sort of magnificent facility that is once again playing host to Orlando Pirates pre-season preparation, and not just Orlando Pirates, but a whole host of other teams that do make use of this magnificent facility. Alongside me this morning for this match is Lucky Mhlate. Good to have you with us, Lucky, and excited to see you have a new look now at a look at what is a new look Orlando Pirates squad.
Absolutely, TT. Good morning. You know, it's going to be very interesting to see the new signings of Orlando Pirates, how they will fit into the team and what the coach wants. Remember also, with the coach, there's a new coach at the helm after Jose Rivero has departed from the team.
Indeed, it's a start of life under a new coach. Abdeslam Wadu gets a look at his charges here as Nkosinathi Sibisi and for Orlando Pirates, the captain, and captaining Bolton Wanderers is George Thomason, and then we will be underway in no time at all. Magnificent conditions. It's a warm day, 25 degrees Celsius already, even at this early hour. Temperatures are expected to peak in the mid-30s by afternoon, so it's magnificent conditions for the Orlando Pirates players also to be able to get away from the cold in South Africa in the winter, in the southern hemisphere currently in the grip of winter. So nice to get a bit of warm weather training. As you have a look at Bolton Wanderers coached these days by Stephen Schumacher, 43-year-old Englishman, taking charge with an interesting name, with a name like Schumacher. He is an Englishman. He has been in charge since January. It is hoped that he can get them up the table, get them moving up the table, and hopefully start to claw their way back to top flight football. Team that, yes, were a mainstay. In fact, there was a time when they spent 11 straight seasons from 2001 in the top flight of English football. So we will be underway shortly here at the Marbella Football Center. We'll be talking through the lineups in a moment as the referee gets us underway. Orlando Pirates are in the all-black, attacking to the goals to the left of your picture, while the Bolton Wanderers are in the white shirts with the navy blue shorts. Of course, these two sides have something in common, in that a certain Mark Fish played for both of these clubs. Mark Fish, of course, in the 90s was a member of that class of 95 Orlando Pirates side that won the African Champions League, as it's known these days. Those days it was known as the Cup of African Sub-Champions. Yeah, and then went on, did Mark Fish to go and play his football in England, the likes of Bolton Wanderers, Charlton Athletic. For Pirates, I can tell you here, my lucky, just looking at the lineup that has been named today, we can tell you that in the starting lineup they have no less than what is it, 4 I've counted of the new signings that have been included in the starting lineup for this afternoon. That being Sihle Nduli for this morning's game. Sihle Nduli in the starting line. Sipho Mbule signed from Mamelodi Sundowns. They've also got Tshepang Moremi, the pacey winger, who signed from Amazulu. He's been included in the starting lineup alongside, of course, mainstays of the Pirates starting lineup, the likes of Relebohile Mofokeng, Deon Hotto, and Patrick Maswanganyi. But yeah, there's been serious reinforcement done by Pirates. So far, 10 players have come in. What do you make of the quality that they have brought in, Lucky?
You know, looking at the lineup for Orlando Pirates, firstly they go with the formation that they love so much, which is 4-3-3, 3 in that middle of the park, the diamond shape. And the new players that you mentioned, Moremi on the right-hand side, he'll be expected to cut in to his stronger foot with the left towards goal. And that is because now, remember they were using only Nkosinathi, who's being promoted from the GDC side as the long player on that right-hand side. So Moremi will add on that attack. And then for Sipho Mbule,
could be something on here as Hotto races into the box. Oh, lovely flick there from Deon Hotto, and cleared off the line. First real threat there from Orlando Pirates as Mbokazi tries something from range. We've seen him do that last season and show that he's got a bit of range in the boot. There's Hotto, beautiful skills. Take a look at this.
Especially coming from the left-hand side, they'll be expecting him to go down that left-hand side with his pace, because remember, Orlando Pirates, they trust in their wing-backs to attack a lot on the left-hand side, and we'll see the likes of Radiopane being the lone striker up front who starts the game. You know, remember he was away on loan to Cape Town Spurs, but was brought back and played a couple of games, matured very well, a boy from the Val Triangle.
One of so many players, so many players that are scattered across the South African top flight, and I keep saying that somebody out there in the Val with deep pockets needs to revive Val professionals so they can reclaim all this talent that is spread across the country. I mean, if you look at this Pirate side now, there's a Relebohile Mofokeng, all the youngsters are from the Val, and over the years there's been many from the Val that have come and worn the black and white of Orlando Pirates and the colors of so many other clubs in the South African Premier Soccer League. Yes, Mbokazi did his breakout, the youngster. We had a breakout season in 2024-25 season, and been fantastic. The 19-year-old working his way to Hotto, operating as this left wing back, Relebohile Mofokeng. Working wide on the left-hand side. Yet interesting to see with the new signings that the Pirates brought in Oswin Appollis. To see that competition will be very interesting. Two Bafana players now that will be competing down that left wing there. Really have reinforced their squad with some quality. Have Orlando Pirates. We'll see how many of those players we'll get to see, but you expect this being pre-season that you'll see two different 11s out there on the pitch to allow the coach to have a look at the players.
And the other brilliant decision that the Orlando Pirates technical team and management has done is that the signing of Nduli from Stellenbosch. Remember, Makaula had got a bad injury towards the end of the season, so Nduli will come in and just slot in that department. In front of him, he will have Mbule and Maswanganyi. Mbule also from Sekhukhune, one of the players that's very comfortable onto the ball.
Sibisi, Nkosinathi Sibisi was playing captain's armband as well. Number forward, Hotto was offside. Deon Hotto, what a fantastic season he had. I mean, he's a veteran of this Pirate side now. He's one of the senior players in the side, but last season played with so much energy and also proving a major asset like you with his versatility. Could play up front, play at the back.
And the one thing that impressed me with him is that when they moved him to the right wing, he did so well in that. And the interesting thing from his home country, Namibia, is that he's been selected as one of the ambassadors for the tourists of Namibia. So it's kudos to Hotto for that achievement.
Opportunity now for Bolton Wanderers to set up something via the corner. Then first corner, attacking corner here, an opportunity for them to attack. Wonderful facilities. Excellent condition. There's 11 quality pitches at this Marbella Football Center. As a corner comes in, rising well there, and and virtually harmlessly over the top as the big centre back there look to get onto it. That's Josh Dacre Cogley, 29-year-old.
Once again, the set piece are going to be a key element that Orlando Pirates have to focus on. I mean, we see the big man for Bolton Wanderers, Mbula, the number 38, that he's going to be interested in holding those balls and getting down with the crosses to connect with the head.
Very good to get out the back. Pirates applying that press, which you know becomes a feature of their game. It's a ball whipped in here, away by the centre-back, Sam Inwood. And the free kick has been given there against the Tshepang Moremi. The teams, the players got back into camp on the 27th of July, or of June, I should say. After a very brief holiday or break, following what was a grueling 2024-25 season for Orlando Pirates, in which they reached the semi-finals of CAF Champions League, before disappointingly losing out. And they would have thought they're still hunting for their second ever title as African champions. Orlando Pirates, it's proved elusive. It's now 30 years it's gone by since they last won Africa's top prize. At club level, that is. Mbokazi has done well there, and in fact it was Mbule and the pressure. That's going to be something you're going to have to, that's what he does. He's so calm on the board. Mbule, will this be the season when he really finally shows what he's about? Mamelodi Sundowns had him, and then they had to send him out on loan to Skupune. Even there, he was a bit-part player, didn't really impose himself on that squad. You know, everybody knows the player's ability, you know, and it's just a question of whether he can now start to knuckle down and prove what he's about. Pirates have, I mean, this is as big a stage as it gets. Like he's now had an opportunity to show South Africa's biggest clubs.
And once he was introduced to Kupune, we saw the glimpse of his excellence. So here at Orlando Pirates, I feel he's going to fit in very well because of the likes of Ntuli at the back. And also the kind of football that Orlando Pirates is playing. Of the park with Maswanganyi. He's going to be interested to just hold that ball, come in a little bit, so they can change, like we've noticed the rotation on the right-hand side.
Sihle Nduli there, sweet. Boiler is a big imposing figure there, and he'll be up against the youngster but equally imposing figure of Sam, or rather of Mbokazi.
How he's matured in Mbokazi. I mean, remember his first introduction derby into the senior team, the Nedbank Cup, he got man of the match, and since then he's been excellent.
Certainly has been very impressive. What a find he has been. One forward. There's been a few fans that have been some fans who are, I don't know, I guess making their out on holiday as well. Just, that the Bolton Wanderers have a few fans with them. Beautifully done there. That's what he's about. Now, Moremi, can he get a good ball in here? Just little too close to the keeper, who's happy to let it go by. That is Teddy Sharman Low in goal, who was part of the England under-21 side that's just won the Euros, the Euro Championship.
And we see once again Orlando Pirates having a free day on the wing side with Hotto on the left-hand side and Moremi on the right-hand side. For me, yes, I like the system 4-3-3, but up front you need two strikers into the box. We saw just Radiopane being the lone striker waiting for that cross from Moremi. So sometimes they have to twitch it a little bit with the coaches. Put two strikers so one can go near post and the other one far post to receive such balls.
Mbokazi taking up a central position next to. He can play anywhere really across that back four, mostly as a left-sided centre back and otherwise as a left back. Nduli looking to switch it up, looking for the run of Deon Hotto. So far, Naki, from what we're seeing, it's a very... Oh, there we go, Relebohile Mofokeng. With his trickery. So, it's like, so far from what we have seen, this is a very familiar looking Pirates in terms of how they are playing and the shape of the team here. As Maswanganyi looks to run onto this one, it's shepherded behind the four. A goal kick, a good defending there by Sam Inwood.
Absolutely, TT. And one thing we can notice is that Mofokeng tucks in the middle of the park just to get those touches and open the left-hand side for the run of Hotto. So even his skill that he's displaying now, it's what we want to see as South African fans. Because remember, when the team is a bit tight, you know, Coach Dugudugu Makanya, the DDC coach for Orlando Pirates, says if it's close, the players can do the ice break with their little bit of skill, but going forward.
Yes, it's all about, it's important to know when to do these things. You don't want to be doing the trickery and defensive stuff when it's going to disrupt the team's attacking flow. That's the Bolton Wanderers now, but they could be in trouble here as Orlando Pirates look to break on the counter. Maswanganyi. And his second full season with Orlando Pirates, last one. Difficult one for him. Injuries, a loss of form here and there. But we know his importance to this side. He's definitely become one of the talisman of the side, along with Relebohile Mofokeng. Players that Pirates look to make things happen. Produce a little bit of magic in games. Sihle Nduli managing to get the pass, always he's caught in possession, but Wanderers have it back. Well, at this stage of in pre-season, like as a player, from a player's point of view, what is your main focus?
The main focus, TT, firstly, the important one is to avoid injuries, which is with the training patterns. And the second one is to get the fitness level that's required. That's why you find the players wearing that monitor vest, just to see how fitness levels have increased. And the last but least is to get the tactical aspect of the game, which is the defending structure, the scoring structure, the building up in right phases.
Now, Sibisi, as Bolton look to apply a press of their own here, very high up. Pirates are very calmly looking to play out and play through the press. Now, Maswanganyi switching it up, switching play. Hotto leaves it to for Mbokazi.
And you would find that a lot of coaches would say that the results don't matter at this present stage of pre-season. Yes, absolutely right. But when you can win a pre-season game, it builds the confidence, especially to individual players and the new signings that have come into the team.
It is definitely an opportunity to impress.
And the discipline of Bolton Wanderers, you'll notice that every time Orlando Pirates gets the ball, they just drop back into their half and become compact just to watch them in front of them, share those touches. They won't hurt them. Orlando Pirates has to come with a plan, with strategy on how do they stretch and open those gaps in between the players of Bolton Wanderers.
Hotto wants the 1-2. Good interception there. Break up the attack. Guys, beautifully done there. Effect up upon Mbule. Managed to get it away then to Wanderers. Kept in play here by Mbokazi. Sipho Chaine. 30 players that the Orlando Pirates have taken on this tour. So there will be opportunities for Pirates to have a look at all these players. They do have a number of games that are still lined up. 4 games in total that they'll be playing on this tour, or this pre-season tour. Beautiful surroundings here of the coastal town of Marbella. But it's in the southernmost part of Spain, in Mallorca and Marbella, not too far from Morocco, actually.
You know, in South Africa, we like saying, as we look at Nduli, that's what he does best. He goes and throws the ball very high, and that's what Pirates is doing excellently, not giving Bolton the time on the ball, making sure that they get quicker to the player with the ball and close that passage.
It's now looking to build out the back. Bandile Shandu, who has been chosen up on that right back position ahead of man who was signed from Stellies, another player. It seems like they're building quite a contingent of Stellies players. Talking about Van Rooyen, of course, who actually is not named in the match day squad. Having a quick glance at it, he wasn't named in the squad. Nice touch Mbule there. This is looking good from Orlando Pirates, moving the ball nicely, but Wanderers have won it back. Very briefly. Sipho Chaine sends it long. Free kick will go the way of Orlando Pirates.
Bolton Wanderers players have noticed the structure, the body structure of Orlando Pirates players, so now they're trying to bulldoze them off the ball. So now, if they really can hold it like that, it will cause problems for Bolton Wanderers players because they will be committing a lot of fouls into the game.
You can see that physically the Bolton Wanderers players are quite imposing, as this one runs out wide to Hotto with a cutback. Well defended there. It's quite a, you can see just with the naked eye how much bigger some of these players are. I mean, that youngster up front, David Adimbola, just 18 years old. He's a man mountain. Wanderers in. Looking to switch your play, but that's Pirates would win the ball back with Shandu. All the way back to Teddy Sharman Lowe, a European champion for England now. Sharman Lowe. Good pressure. Good pressure being applied there by Boitumelo Radiopane, who struggled, of course, again last season with injuries. Didn't really force his way later in the season. I mean, in the latter parts of the season, he was getting a bit more game time. And who had spent the season before out on loan at Cape Town Spurs. The Cape Town Spurs side that have now been relegated from the... Relegated as... oh, that's a kept in. Yeah, it could be a dangerous situation, but the flag now goes up.
One of the dangers that we're going to witness is that every time the Pirates players try to press onto the Bolton Wanderers and run from the middle of the park, as we just witnessed from Randall, that they will play that window breaking pass to take the middle field, that third man running. So Pirates has to be very alert, especially the two central defenders, which is Sibisi and Mbokazi, with those runs.
They go again, trying down that right-hand side. Orlando Pirates. Moremi. Shandu. Mbokazi. You see now as playing a bit of a low block now. Bolton is Adimbola. There he is, the big 18-year-old up against a 19-year-old. They don't make them like they used to these days. I don't know what they're feeding them. Look at that number 38.
And you still wanted me to go and play TT at my age. I mean, you know, the way football has evolved so much, and these youngsters coming in thick and fast, it just shows that it's important to develop these youngsters and take them at this early age, make them comfortable and become national assets for both teams. Also from England, we've witnessed that when Rooney was signed at the age of 17 and he started playing for the national team.
Maswanganyi manages to get a pass away as he goes down. Free kick for Pirates. Haven't really tested the keeper, and neither keeper has had any work to do actually thus far, as Hotto overcooked that one. It's going to be a goal kick then for Bolton Wanderers.
With that set piece taken, I can just pick up that, you know, with the height that the Bolton Wanderers players possess, the Orlando Pirates, they need now to come with a plan B, which is maybe play between Relay and Hotto and just try to build up like they've been doing, go to the sides and put those crosses back in, as we're witnessing a water break. You said it's scorching heat at this hour.
Yeah, it's still early in the day, but it's already about temperatures are hovering around 25, 26 degrees Celsius. Not too much humidity, but pre-season is still important. The heat is a factor. Cooling breaks, we've seen them also at the Club World Cup currently underway in the US. Down to the final match tomorrow on Sunday night. Yeah, what have you made of what you've seen so far from both teams?
Yeah, we start with the Orlando Pirates. I'm happy with the new signings that they've come in. I mean, Moremi doing exactly what the coach wanted, the Pirates system, which is coming on the right-hand side, going down the line, bringing the crosses in, sometimes cutting to his stronger foot and try to bring the crosses in. And for Nduli, who's holding middle fielder position very well. And Mbule, just want to see a little bit of him going offensively. But with Hotto on this left-hand side, we know that that's what he does the whole season. His fitness level up to par. And Bolton Wanderers, they're just looking to suck in Orlando Pirates and look for those balls behind the defenders.
They're the Bolton Wanderers fans that I was speaking of. They've made the trip to come and enjoy the summer in mainland Europe, as summer underway. Although I guess some of the temperatures we've been hearing about, England has been experiencing a bit of a heat wave. It's not a country you associate with high temperatures, but they've been experiencing a bit of a heat wave over there. We're almost ready to get back underway. Still Orlando Pirates nil, Bolton Wanderers nil in this pre-season friendly. Bolton Wanderers who played already a match against Tranmere Rovers last Saturday. Got another lined up against Barrow on Tuesday, before they'll be returning home to complete their pre-season preparations. And some talk says the Pirates players in a huddle there. New technical team here for them, of course, with Abdeslam Wadu, man who was brought in from Marumo Gallants in Morocco, and after achieving some really good results, almost got Marumo Gallants into the top 8, a team that were actually hovering down in the relegation zone. A team that had conceded 8 against Orlando Pirates, but under Wadu, they actually beat Orlando Pirates in a league game. Did Marumo Gardens, having suffered to 8-0 defeat away from home. So he clearly caught the eye of the Pirates management and decided, well, they'll bring him in following the departure of Jose Rivero, the Spaniard, who has since now joined Al Ahly. The Egyptian Giants featured at the recent, who were also out in the United States at the Club World Cup.
And let's not forget that Bolton Wanderers in their 3rd tier, League One, they ended up 8th in the league. Just shows after the new manager was introduced just to steady the ship. And now I feel that it will be time for them to try and compete so they can get promoted.
Currently, the new man in charge, or Steve Schumacher, 43-year-old Englishman who joined in January. So both sides are with relatively new men in charge. It's taking a bit of a while to get going again. I suppose it's all
the heat.
Yeah, and it's all pre-season. There he is. Look at that, the size of that fella there. David Adimbola, 18 years old. Actually plays in the under 18 side. He's not even a member of the first team yet. But obviously they've decided to give him a bit of a run in the preseason and hopefully get him into the first team. I'm sure will be the plan. He's a physical specimen. He is frightening. Haven't seen much of him on the ball. As ball's out of play on the far side, it will be Pirates throw in.
The advantages with such height, TT, is that he can just ask the ball to feed because he's strong. He can hold on to the ball. But now we see Bolton Wanderers, they're trying to play him in those spaces so he can run with the ball. It's rare that you can find a big striker with his physique having such pace in him.
Calmly guided back to keeper Teddy Sharman low by Josh Cogley. It's now giving chase down this right-hand side. It's the fullback Josh Cogley, but oh, look at Chaine is getting himself into all sorts of trouble there, but gets some protection from the referee and gets the free kick.
And imagine that it's Chaine that got himself into trouble instead of just playing that ball out for a throw-in and then the defense can recover. Imagine if the attack of Bolton just nicked it through his legs. The goals were wide open.
Risky stuff there.
These days we call them sweeper keepers. You know, they can start the build-up at the back also and become the last line of defense.
Nicely done there by Mofokeng. A nice touch there into the path of Mbule. Maybe hesitated too much. Should have had a strike at the first side and the first opportunity there, but a great move. Great move there from Orlando Pirates. They've got the corner though.
The intelligence of Relebohile Mofokeng, just knowing and witnessing the run from Mbule, I just felt after that first touch receiving the ball, he could have just tried with his weaker foot, which is the left foot, but we know he can pass with it. But taking shots, still to be witnessed.
Corner then, Relebohile Mofokeng lining it up. Half an hour into this one. Still Bolton Wanderers 0, Orlando Pirates 0. First look at the new look Orlando Pirates squad, featuring, as I said, 4 players. 4 of the new signings have been included in the starting lineup. Sihle Nduli, Sipho Mbule, and Tshepang Moremi. In fact, 3 in the starting lineup this morning. 3 of the new signings. Possibility of seeing more of them coming off the bench, possibly. Masindi Nemtajela has been named on the bench. Sinoxolo Kwayiba, signed from Tshepang. Oswin Appollis, of course, the big signing from Polokwane City, is also named on the bench. Lebone Seema, there's another one who's been signed as well from TS Galaxy. So Pirates have had another busy off-season in terms of recruitment. Here we go now with Holmes. Carlos Mendes Gomes. He's done well there, the player from Guinea-Bissau. Now, could be a chance here for Bolton Wanderers. They've worked this nicely and then just couldn't apply a finishing touch, pushed the shot wide. But that's probably their best passage of play from Bolton Wanderers in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, it's going to this right-hand side and bringing a cross to unstable the defense of Orlando Pirates. And Gomez controlling the ball very well, TT. And one thing that's impressive is the shot that Shehem had on goal, but the defense covering it very well. And the Orlando Pirates, what we can witness, the advantages that they're displaying in this game is they're finding the left-hand side with Hotto, which is brilliant, and touches on the ball. That's what we want to see.
Now, not it down. This is better from Bolton Wanderers. Something down that left-hand side. Coming into it again is Mendes Gomes. Mendes Gomes, the number 7. Born in Senegal, but is a Guinea-Bissau international, Carlos Mendes Gomes.
Once again, the physical strength of Bolton Wanderers players coming into play. I feel that the Orlando Pirates, when they want to just go past the Bolton Wanderers players, they need to play a quick 1-2 just to eliminate the player. But if you want to hold on to the ball like we just witnessed Radiopane did, they're just going to bounce you off the ball.
Yeah, that's a shoulder barge there by Sam Inwood on Radiopane. Free kick has gone the way of... Well, it's a drop ball to restart.
Just to take a look at Radiopane, if he's okay. He's becoming frustrated because he's not getting a lot of supply from the middle of the park. But I always say that you look at the top strikers in the world, the Haaland, the Cristianos, they are always staying in the box. Let him be patient. One ball will come.
It's a question of discipline also there.
Yeah.
As a front player where coaches want you to stay in the box, as a striker, work in the box, save your energy and do your all your work in the box.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at Cristiano's goal that he scored now in the Euros. You know, he didn't get any balls for the first 40 minutes or 80 minutes, but the crucial one that he got, he put behind the net to win the trophy.
One chance is all he needs, yeah. Sibisi on the ball. Radiopane coming deep to make himself available. Wants to get a feel of the ball, get a touch of the ball. Throw in goes the way of Pirates. It's Moremi there, Tshepang Moremi. Sihle Nduli. Comes to Hotto. Having to be patient because the Bolton Wanderers are dropping back in numbers. When Pirates get the ball, they've obviously seen the danger that Pirates poses. So every time Pirates win the ball, they drop back in numbers to Bolton Wanderers. Relebohile Mofokeng. Now, Mbule strikes it well. They struck that very well, but just wide. Sipho Mbule. First little sight that he's had on goal.
The patience has come into play here for Orlando Pirates. That ball being rotated from the left-hand side. And that's what we know Mbule can do. Have those shots and goals. He just needs to free himself from the Bolton Wanderers players so he can have shots like that.
Now, Bolton Wanderers, what can they do? Yet to test the Sipho Chaine. No, in fact, really, if we are honest, neither keeper has had a save to make. So yeah, still showing a little bit of ring rustiness and no great appetite to shoot on sight. Try and come down this right-hand side. Bolton Wanderers. Skipper there, George Thomason, moving the ball on quickly. Busy with the half clearance. Bolton Wanderers keep possession. Thought about the shot for a second there to Charles Warren, but
I love the instruction from the bench of Bolton Wanderers. Says just delay. That means just one player must just come closer so that the whole team can become behind the ball. And we saw they're very compact, so they become difficult to break down.
It's a nice thing about these preseason matches with no fans in the ground. You can, well, not many fans in the ground. You can hear the instructions being shouted from the sidelines by the coaching staff. Half-time approaching here at the Marbella Football Center, still 0-0. And haven't had a great deal in terms of clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities as Josh Cogley looks to get them forward now. Good ball out wide. Mendes Gomes on the ball. Cross cut out by Sibisi. That's going to be a free kick for Orlando Pirates. Frustration there for Carlos Mendes Gomes, Guinea-Bissau international, 26 years old.
Yeah, just a push there on Shandu. Sometimes when the ball is aerial, you just compete with the header. You don't need to push.
Good work down that left-hand side, and then was that a trip? The referee, is given a free kick for the challenge on David Adimbola, the big fella.
Yeah, Shandu losing the ball a bit carelessly with Nduli there, and they just had to go with the professional foul, but I don't think it was intentional for Shandu to trip, just the legs colliding.
Free kick it is. Chance for Bolton Wanderers to try and get the ball into the box here and test maybe test the Sipho Chaine for the first time in the game. Good challenge for the header. The Sipho Chaine comes out. Oh, mistimed it. Grim Completus mistimed his coming out there, and he's been beaten. We have an opening goal, and it's gone the way of Bolton Wanderers. Not the best goalkeeping there from Sipho Chaine. He was caught out, and Bolton Wanderers make the breakthrough.
They say they're the trotters. Remember earlier on when the game started, I said with the height that the players of Bolton Wanderers possesses, Pirates is going to be very wary and organized structure with this set piece. I mean, the second ball played, and the far post, a player not picked up, and he just hit at the back of the net with no one pressing on him, Warren. That's what Pirates need to learn, that if you get a situations like this, Chaine must stay in goal because the defenders are still there to try win the ball. But if he comes out, he sells himself short and opens the net for Warren, who put it just behind the net with a tap.
It's actually made it very easy as Sipho Chaine came a long way out. And Not sure how, but also that his defense there was some poor defending because there was no one on Warren. So poor piece of marking there. Charlie Warren gets opening goal then to give Bolton Wanderers the lead.
It will be interesting how Orlando Pirates react after conceding that goal, whether they're going to now just put on the gas to try get an equalizer before we go to halftime. But Bolton Wanderers will be happy. They wouldn't change anything. They'll just stay compact and say to Pirates, come try break us down.
Well, they've put themselves where they want to be now, you know, in the lead. Allows you to play a little bit. Nice football there from nice skills from Carlos Mendes Gomes.
No, he saw Relay doing it earlier on. He's just showing him that I was waiting for the goal so I can show you that I can do such things. It's what we love to see on the football.
So just before the break, Bolton Wanderers making the breakthrough. Relebohile Mofokeng on the ball now. Nice little pass then. More looking for Moremi. Nice ball there from Deon Hotto. Beautiful pass. And closely marked. It's a corner. Shandu manages to win a corner out of it. What a pass to pick him out, though. Look at this.
Defense split and pass right there, but also compliment Shandu for that run from the right back to get himself into the danger area. After controlling with his chest, unfortunately controlling it away, I felt he should have put it down going in towards goal.
Good to catch there from the England under-21 international, Teddy Sharman Lowe.
Look at the height.
He is a big fella. On loan from Chelsea. Another one of Chelsea's massive catalogue of young players. Sipho Chaine will have to redeem himself, and that's a bit of a mistake there, coming out when he shouldn't have. And good work from Sipho Mbule as he loses his man. Relebohile Mofokeng switching it up and picking out Moremi, who's muscled off the ball. Referee waves play on. Pirates have won it back. Great turn. That was a great turn. That's worthy of a yellow card, I would think. The referee hasn't flashed any cards so far, but that challenge by Chris Forino, the big defender, I would have thought is worthy of a yellow card. Nothing doing from the referee.
Very clever from Forino. They knew that he was beaten, and he just clipped the ankle of Radiopane. For me too, I think they deserve the yellow, because if Radiopane turns there, he's straight on goal. We can even say maybe a red, because there was nobody covering Forino.
Well, this is a promising situation from a set piece. Hotto and Relebohile Mofokeng are both very capable from this range. Probably favors the right-footed player better than a lefty here, although who knows what Hotto could produce from this range. He might just whip it towards keeper's left. Or will it be Relé's right boot to try and curl it to the right side? And but he'll have to go over the wall as well, which is quite a sizable wall. It's Relebohile Mofokeng! The referee saw something there. The keeper was beaten there. Did that ball go into the net? Well, the referee had seen something, but I think that Relebohile Mofokeng had hit the back of the net there.
Infringement from Sibisi. I mean, instead of him just standing 2 feet in front of the wall, they were busy just trying to bundle with the wall. You leave the wall alone.
Let's see what happens here.
Oof, just low.
So I think okay, it was wide. It was wide.
Yeah.
I thought it had hit the back of the net. But yes, you're right there. What Sibisi was obviously in the wall there and tried to move out the way to allow to create the gap for the shot to come in from Relebohile Mofokeng. Got a lot of whip on that one, and just a little bit too much, as it turned out. But the referee's whistle had gone anyway.
Yeah. For infringement on the wall from Sibisi.
Decision you.
That move that created the opportunity for that free kick, that's what Orlando Pirates needs to do more. Just, between the two central defenders of Bolton Wanderers, have those runs from Radiopane and put the ball there.
And Mbola there tangling with Sibisi. That's the whistle for half-time from our referee. To end the half, where I think Pirates enjoyed most of the possession, but it's Bolton Wanderers that have the lead. But Bolton Wanderers have been happy to allow Pirates to have most of the possession. They've set back. But there's been interesting, some positive things that we've seen from Pirates. Sipho Mbule looking very composed on the ball there. But Wanderers have managed to keep them at bay. Pirates will be disappointed not to have had more shots on goal. So half-time here in this pre-season match, a friendly match at the Marbella Football Center. It is Orlando Pirates at 0. Bolton Wanderers at 1.
This July offers another stacked schedule as SuperSport delivers a fresh wave of championship deciders and star-studded finals. Strawberries and cream set the scene as Wimbledon champions are crowned.
Oh, that's one of the points of the tournament.
Across the Atlantic, the world's best football club is decided.
They're turning on a show now.
The coveted claret jug is lifted at Royal Portrush.
Brilliant. France show play.
Africa and Europe's top female football teams battle for continental honours.
History is made in this most historic tournament.
And champagne corks are popped in Paris.
Tadej Pogačar, take a bow.
Watch all the champions, only on your World of Champions.
Am I gonna make it? Is this the world where I don't? Just another pretty girl from Joburg. They said Xhosa wouldn't click overseas, that nothing good comes from here. And I listened. Or did I? What if we believed the best can come from here? Watch us.
They must be feeling the pressure now. They've got to dig deep. This is when your mind can play games.
Quiet, please.
But this is Wimbledon.
There is only one Wimbledon, and it is only on SuperSport. Proudly brought to you by Spa.
Don't I know it?
There are dark forces who want to destroy this world.
I've been locked in a cage ever since, until you rescued me. Now I've never felt more free. All thanks to you.
This story is about the king of kings.
I hope this helps. The boy I knew would never wish for war.
The boy you knew is gone.
Fire!
There's so many of them.
They must be feeling the pressure now. They've got to dig deep. This is when your mind can play games.
please.
But this is Wimbledon.
There is only one Wimbledon, and it is only on SuperSport. Proudly brought to you by Spa.
Welcome to the Stade d'Honneur in the northeastern Moroccan city of Oujda for the starting defence of the 2022 Women's African Champions South Africa as they take on Ghana. Here comes Dlamini for Banyana, trying to play it into the far post. There's a lovely ball in, and it's still alive on the far side, but the South African is down, and Ghana just bringing it out, steady as they do so, but that was a good piercing driving run from Dlamini Yeboah. Over onto the far side, picked up by Alice Kusi. We've yet to see too much of her. The top scorer in qualifying. Well, it's on target. I'm not sure that was the intention, and it's turned behind for what will be a Ghana corner. Dlamini having to be alert in the South African goal. Huge achievement for South African women's football, on top of their triumph, of course, here in Morocco 3 years ago. Checking the build-up as well, of course. And the defending champions have themselves a penalty. They can, one of South Africa's star players, give them the lead. Cool as you like in the heat of Oujda. But Lalo finds the bottom right-hand corner. And the defending champions are up and running, and a goal to the good from 12 yards out. And Banyana lead by a goal to nil. Room on the left-hand side for Anastasia Achia. But they've lost it, Ghana, and South Africa can break here. Into the middle, into Seo Pasedwe, striker goal! And Banyana double their lead. 2 goals in a matter of minutes. 1 chance for the veteran 31-year-old. 1 goal as well. Well, this is her WAFCON farewell. And she'll be absolutely delighted to have started it with a goal. Took it really, really well. First time striking. Scrappy in the middle of the park. Asantwa. Striker goal from Asantwa, and sourcing a good save as well from Dlamini, who gets up and hollers at her back line. But let's be fair to the Ghanaian midfielder, because she hit that very, very well. But Asantwa met it powerfully, and forcing the South African stopper to be at full stretch for another Ghanaian corner. That was far better for the Black Queens. Back into Boy Lorca. That looks like a decent ball into the middle, and it caused some panic as well in the Banyana back line. It's going to be a goal kick and nothing more, but we haven't seen too many deliveries of that quality from the Ghanaians in this game, and that was inviting. There's only one in the middle. Here's Alice Kusi. She can let fly. Really good effort from Kusi against the bar. Well, that was by far and away Ghana's most impressive effort. Now they go again. Oh, super stop from Dlamini. It wouldn't have counted in any sense, but the first effort from Kusi showed us what she was all about. Coming to the party a little late, the 30-year-old. Terrific strike, excellent power. She had beaten Dlamini, but not the woodwork. And the closest Ghana have come. And that was impressive.
So it's going to be important for them to also show up, even when the stakes are like this.
Sipho Chaine cannot find the back of the net once again. Well, Once more, she was in behind. And once again, she couldn't find the finish. The first one straight at Ghana's goalkeeper. And on this occasion, well, past the post when the goal was gaping, and she'll be immensely frustrated, Jermaine Sioposenwe. So it's attacking attempt. They want a goal. Nice turn this. Strikeout goal as well, and Dlamini forced into the save. Well, that was much better. Princess Marfo, the 21-year-old, with a neat turn, good footwork. Look at this. She knew what she wanted to do, and well, she created the space. She got her shot away. Ghana on the charge. Can they make this count? Can they use this? With just under 10 minutes to go, to the back post, against the crossbar again. And she can't believe it either. Princella Adubeya, well, they are not just knocking on the door, they are knocking the woodwork twice now. Really good delivery into the area, and if you're being half, you should say that should be converted. Look at this, right in front of goal, just a yard or two out. And the defending champions have made a successful start. It has ended South Africa 2, Ghana 0.
On Europe's biggest stage, it's going to take her to lead from the front, and her to carry a country's hopes. It's going to take her to handle the pressure, and her to change the history of football. It takes her to be a hero at the UEFA Women's European Championship, and we're here for every game of it, only on SuperSport, here for her.
Welcome back to the Marbella Football Center in the south of Spain, a coastal resort town of Spain, favored by some of the world's top clubs for their preparations and training camps. And it's this a venue that Orlando Pirates are visiting for a third year in a row. They're up against Bolton Wanderers of the third tier in English football. And they're trailing by 1-0. They're, of course, we're expecting a whole host of changes. They have come for Orlando Pirates. They've already made a couple of changes. I can tell you that Tshegofatso Mabasa is on the field. There's been a change as well for Bolton Wanderers in goal. Terry Shaman-Low has made way. As you can see, we'll talk you through it as we go along. There's too many changes. There you see one of the new signings then for Orlando Pirates, Sinoxolo Kwayiba, signed from Chippa United. Exciting striker. Really had a very good, that last season was without a doubt, like Mhlati, his breakout season for the Chippa United former attacker. Hails from the PE. Now here's Tshegofatso Mabasa. We had to compete with Evidence Makgopa as we are back underway. If you've just joined us, Pirates are in the all black. Bolton Wanderers are in the white shirts and blue shorts. Now attacking the goals to the left of your picture are Bolton Wanderers. They lead by 1-0, scored by 18-year-old Charles Warren, a new signing for the club. He put them ahead. It was a very well taken goal after taking advantage of some poor marking from Orlando Pirates. So I can tell you that Pirates have also brought on Masindi Nemtajela, another new signing. Worked with the coach Wadu at Marumo Gardens.
Another change we're witnessing is this on the right side. Shandu seems to have given way for a player with the jersey number 2, which maybe I can just speculate that it's maybe Selepe on the right back side.
They haven't given us all the players jersey numbers, unfortunately. Apologies for that, we'll have to look we'll pick out the players as we do see them, as in terms of the changes. See, also Bolton Wanderers have also shuffled their pack. You see a player there, number 2, Mario Crozier-Dubry.
Looks like Dubry will be occupying that right wing back for Bolton Wanderers being introduced. I think in the place of Inwood, if I'm not mistaken, will just confirm that. And we see for Orlando Pirates also, they've introduced Makgopa, another striker. So the formation now will have changed in a 4-3-3, but up front it will be 3 strikers, Kwayiba, Mabasa, Makgopa, just holding steady.
When last did you see Makgopa and Mabasa in the same starting lineup for Orlando Pirates?
It's been a while, because every time Makgopa starts the game, Mabasa is introduced. Or
it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Very rarely would you see the two included in the lineup. Let's see what Wanderers can do from a set piece here. Easy pickings. Melusi Buthelezi, by the way, has taken over in goal from Sipho Chaine. Rolled back to Buthelezi.
One other change we can witness, it looks like Mbokazi has given way to
Sihle Nduli is still out there now, challenging here. Comes away with the ball. In fact, that was not Nduli, that was Kwayiba. He's tracking back. And Nduli's also made his way off. Selepe is wearing 47. He's in the middle of the park. He's also, I think, Mbule, as you were saying, is off. And I think the coach would have liked what he saw from Sipho Mbule, the little that he saw.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even, you know, freeing himself in the right areas in that middle of the park, the shot that he took on goal, the way he was rotating the ball, the comfortness that he possesses onto the ball. I think the coach will look for him. He will just encourage him to say, play it a bit quicker. Yes, control it, but quicker.
Oswin Appollis is also out there. Relebohile Mofokeng has made way. I think it's safe to say we've got a entire... Okay, no, I see Maswanganyi, I think is still noisy. Okay, switching play. That's a searching ball there from Kwayiba. It's deeper than I would have expected, but with Mabasa and Makgopa out there, if you were saying you saw Makgopa out there, that would be a very, that's a very deadly looking attack. Another change there. See at the back, they've got Tapelo Xoki is out there now. Would have taken over the captain's armband as well. Oswin Appollis is on for Relebohile Mofokeng down the left.
Yep. And it looks like Makgopa will be occupying where Moremi was playing, which is the right-hand side. But because he's a natural striker, he will just slot in to become the second striker next to Mabasa.
He is doing what he does best, Makgopa, and that is lead the press and trigger the press. He's the first line of defense, is evidence, Makgopa, in this Orlando Pirates side. Kwayiba caught in possession. Done well here, Bolton Wanderers to win the ball. To launch an attack. At Mario Crozier-Dubry operating on the right-hand side now of attack.
I usually argue with my fellow colleague, I'll call him Zexi Mjali, who owns Town Stars Academy, to say that when we play friendly games like this, he doesn't want us to change the whole team around like we're witnessing Orlando Pirates has done. But I'm telling him that it's to give other players minutes and fitness level, because he concentrates more on the score line when we're leading 2-0 or 3-0 against the opponent. And then he says, no, let's finish them. I said, no, give every player a chance. Which is good.
Especially this is the very first match on this tour. So everybody's got to get a look in here. Makgopa finding Mabasa, heavy first touch. Kwayiba! Oh, the angle was a tight one, but nicely done. See that Pirates trio, or attacking trio of strikers combining there, Makgopa, Kwayiba, and Mabasa.
And one thing that we can give props to Kwayiba is that he managed to gel in very well, making that run. I just felt maybe if he could have cut it back for Mabasa again, but the defender was in the way. Heavy touch from Mabasa. Sometimes he doesn't need to be mobile. Just control it and maybe turn and shoot with your left, because he's strong onto the ball. Nice message. Protect Mabasa. Hold on to the ball.
Tshegofatso Mabasa, who in the league last season managed a total of 7 goals. It's after a season where he scored 16. Got 7 in the league last season. Weighed in as well with some goals in the cups. 1 goal as well in the international and the Champions League. Notched up 2 in the MTN 8 as well. 10 goals. As Melusi Buthelezi, who was very much the backup keeper to Sipho Chaine and has been so. 27-year-old Melusi Buthelezi. A different kind of goalkeeper to Sipho Chaine. Chaine is very, his big strength is adept, is very good with his feet, positions himself very well. Buthelezi a little bit more of a physical presence. Very good shot stopper. Tapelo Xoki being put under pressure, Bolton Wanderers doing well, and now also putting in a press of their own here, making life uncomfortable for Pirates, not wanting them to build out the back. So in the first half, they tended to sit back, the Bolton Wanderers, and allow Pirates onto them.
And you mentioned an interesting fact about Buthelezi, that also it helps having him in goals aerially when you play like against teams like this. We know that in South Africa, teams that possesses aerial strength will be the likes of Stellenbosch.
All the way then through to the new man in goal for Bolton Wanderers. He's on trial. He's actually a trialist. We haven't been given a name for him, but we haven't been given a name of the goalkeeper, but we just know that he's just been noted as a trialist. Another player we've spotted out, Nkosikhona Ndaba, signed from Richards Bay, one of 2 players, with Yanmelan Butuma being another. Just win it back again.
You know, chatting earlier on,
could be a chance here, but gets away with it. Near mistake there by Bolton Wanderers, nearly allowed Pirates in for the equalizer.
Heavy touch there from Kwayiba to Makgopa. Good steal from Orlando Pirates in that middle of the park. Now we should give him a name, and can't say a trialist, maybe Junior Josh Peters. Good steal from Kwayiba, making sure, getting his head up, just playing it too hard for Makgopa. It was going to be an open net. Just should have tried it, or even go around the keeper with his skill that we know he possesses, Kwayiba.
Bolton Wanderers, the coach did say he would make 11 changes at halftime, and he's done exactly that. Still trying to pick out all of the changes that have been made, but yeah, it is an entirely new 11, as it is for Pirates.
Yeah.
Pirates have also put in, changed the entire 11. Tapelo Xoki.
Stand still, man. Stay high. Upward. I see a TP.
Nice ball for Mabasa to chase. Makgopa there in support. Brings him in now. Selepe. As they're moving it now, trying at left-hand side. Appollis. Oh, so much speculation about where Appollis might go. Let's talk about Kaiser Chiefs, but Pirates have got their man. Pirates have got their men. Sipho just goal kick here for Bolton Wanderers. Team that have won in 2004, reached the League Cup final. Bolton Wanderers, those were the heady days. They've since suffered 2 relegations on the top flight.
Now you look at the different style of play that we're witnessing from Orlando Pirates. Appollis, he doesn't tuck in like Relebohile Mofokeng used to do. He stays on the line.
Now, what's happening here? Ball whipped in. That's a great ball whipped in. Just goes past Amario Kozia Dubry there. What a good ball that was. Here is Dubry again now. Looking to crack on the pace. Yeah, I couldn't keep it in. Dubry, Amario Dubry, or Kozia Dubry, is a player on loan from Brighton Hove Albion. Just 20 years old. Very young team that Bolton have here.
You can even say that maybe they're trying to rebuild, also bringing all these youngsters in. You know, the coach, when he arrives, he'd like to form his own foundation and maybe try and use those youngsters to get him promotion, which is good. Just a little bit of experience with some youngsters to build up the team.
He was actually out on loan at Blackburn Rovers, was Dubry last season. Had 1 goal in 22 appearances. Now, this is much better. They are really looking much better. They're moving the ball much better in the second half. This is much more fluid in the second half. This batch of 11 players looks a lot better, more fluid. Now, down that right-hand side, can he get something in here with Sabulus Sean? And what's the call here? Is that a free kick that the referee has given?
Yeah, the free kick, the tackle that was made on that right-hand side on Dubry, and you know, unnecessary. Sometimes you just come behind the ball, goal side, and force him to play wide. But if you go in a tackle like that, with the player being a quicker player on that right-hand side, it will give Bolton Wanderers an advantage to put that set piece into the box.
Here we go. Didn't have a lot of set pieces from Bolton Wanderers in the first half. Let us see what they've got, what danger they can pose from, because they've got some very big players there. Few players who are 1.8, 1.9 meters tall. Let's have a look at this decent looking ball. Oh my goodness, that almost went straight into the net. But happily it glides past Seema. There it was, Lebone Seema.
Yeah, Morley there just going for power. But for me, I just thought it was in the range of Buthelezi. He should have went out and got in control of the ball, because if you put one player first post, the next one closing the far post, you have the allowance to go out for those aerial balls.
We hit the hour mark here at the Marbella Football Center. Bolton Wanderers very nearly finding a second there. Clearance off the line.
Once again, TT, Melusi Buthelezi has to go out for those aerial balls. You look at it, played at the 6-yard. You can tell still floating. 2 steps, he can reach the ball, but he's entrusting his defenders to do their job. And against tall players of Bolton Wanderers, it will become dangerous.
Going deep. Oh my goodness, again he was all at sea, was Melusi Buthelezi, and it's in the back of the net. Oh, he's looked already in the last just 2 minutes here. He really looked unsure. Really looked unsure of himself in that box. He's not commanding it. His physical presence, you expect a bit better. Bolton Wanderers double their lead.
Let's look at it again. He waits for the ball to go past him, and he wants to backtraddle to catch it to the far post. That's dangerous, because now you're going to collide. He collided with his own 2 players there. That's why he couldn't get to the ball, and a goal was taken by Bolton Wanderers. Once again, set pieces are a problem.
2-0 it is then to Bolton Wanderers. We just need to, I think, question is who was commanding and or organizing that defense. See, our scoreboard hasn't caught up yet, but the caption will change in a moment to indicate that it's now Orlando Pirates 0, Bolton Wanderers 2. Yep. Stolen. Again, well, this is a much better performance, I must say. Wow, it's well, it is literally 2 teams that we're seeing here. In this second half, Bolton Wanderers are looking a much better team as they look to get forward again. Oh, well done and well stolen there by Kwayiba.
And the reason for that, TT, is that the Bolton Wanderers, as we see, with the goalkeepers they say trialist. That means almost 80% of the players for Bolton Wanderers, they are trialists or they've come back from the loanee. So now they want to show the coach that they can cement their spot or position into the first team, which is the first 11 that we saw play earlier on. I mean, you looked at the first 11 that we saw in the first half, organized, rotate, in compact, but these ones now more open, more adventurous going forward.
Here the alliance to Bolton Wanderers. Pirates struggling to make headway here. Selepe.
Can tell the frustration on Appollis' face that he's not getting the ball on that far left-hand side. So trying to retract and cause a foul. The advantage Bolton Wanderers is doing very well this second half is they're not going behind the ball, but they are pressing Orlando Pirates players.
As we look at the coach, Abdeslam Wadu, Moroccan. This is by far his biggest coaching assignment, is the glancing header there. Tamely goes through to keeper Melusi Buthelezi. Just saying, for Wadu, without a doubt, this is his biggest coaching job. I think before that you would say it was at AS Vita Club in Congo. That's a big club as well, but Orlando Pirates, giants of African football, is definitely a big assignment for him.
I feel also it's a chance for the coach to grow in the, joining a big team such Orlando Pirates, a big institution. He just needs to maybe go back and watch a couple of games. I'm sure he's done before on how Pirates was playing and the advantages, the disadvantages, and also as a coach, maybe pick up a call and give Jose Rivero a call and have a chat with him. It also helps.
Tapelo Xoki, that's not a good pass at all. He's actually just given away possession. It's Makgopa. It's done well to keep possession, Makgopa.
Talk, Max! Talk, Max! Stand still, Asa!
Xoki combining there. As they work it wide there, combining with Seema. Kwayiba. Now Mabasa. Great block. Crucial block there from Eoin Toil. The young Welsh player there. Oh, not so young, 26 years old. Protecting his keeper well there. 25 minutes to play, just under 24 minutes to play. Pirates trailing by 2-0. And it's been a much better performance from Bolton Wanderers in this second half. I mean, they had the half-time lead, but that was somewhat against the run of play, with Pirates having dominated possession in the first half, but second half has been a different story. Kwayiba put under a little bit of pressure. Melusi Buthelezi coming high up there to sweep up.
The one good thing that we can mention with Orlando Pirates is that they are also getting quicker into that danger area.
Here we go, Makgopa. And they make their opening there. Going backwards, Makgopa again. Switching it up is Tapelo Xoki now going down the left-hand side. Here's Appollis. Hasn't had a chance to really use his pace and run at them, which is what we know his strength to be. Comes through to the keeper. Keeper X. If you're wondering why I'm calling Keeper X, he's been given on the team list as try and get his name in a short while from now, no doubt. It's just been put in as a trialist on the team sheet. Bolton Wanderers enjoying a good spell here. Really are controlling the game nicely. This man closed down.
You can see that Bolton Wanderers, TT, they want to come on this left-hand side, which is the right back of Orlando Pirates, where Mashiloane is operating. That's where they pile in numbers, and those balls are played that side. As we have another water break, that man, Mabasa, he has come in and really tried to have pressure on the goals of Bolton Wanderers with shots. That was blocked.
Yep, it's a warm day in the south of Spain, and that is why you will see the water breaks being taken, and being the first outing as well for, well, certainly for Pirates. Even more necessary, but that would have been the case anyway, just because of the warm temperatures. As we have a look at this move here, that was Sinoxolo Kwayiba. This was when the trio of Makgopa and Kwayiba and Mabasa combined, but this angle was always going to be too tight for Kwayiba to score from, and he manages to get it to, he actually came off the woodwork there. Here he is again, Kwayiba. And just too hard there.
Of Makgopa. But the nice thing is that the advantage we can pick up is that the trio are combining very well, which is Makgopa, Mabasa, Kwayiba. Every time Mabasa comes make a touch, Kwayiba runs past him, and Makgopa is not staying on that right-hand side, he's tucking in. But yeah, the dangerous crosses that has been coming on this left-hand side of Bolton Wanderers, that caused a lot of problems for Melusi Buthelezi in goal. Also witnessing the second goal, TT, that was played and it was defended on the line. I feel Melusi should have seen what's coming next, because the same ball was played and
moments before, yeah.
So with the goal, he should have knew that, okay, it's coming to the 6-yard, let me go cut it at its highest point. But he tried to come out and then he was blocked by his own players, couldn't get to the ball, and Johnston did very well just to get his header, cushion it behind the goal.
What would you, what your observations from Pirates in this second half?
The thing that I'm picking up, TT, is that they are playing in patches. It just shows that newly signings maybe still to get the tactics and of Orlando Pirates, how they want them to play, because they are playing in patches and they are far away from each other. Unlike the first 45 minutes where we saw Maswanganyi combined with Relebohile Mbokazi always close in that triangle to build up and break down the defense of Bolton Wanderers. These ones are playing in patches. Only when they get to the third of their half in attack, they can combine. As we see the guys who played the first half, very hot.
Yeah, you can see it's a scorcher out there.
Kim Vidi
was a late arrival in camp. Was Kim Vidi arrived a day after everyone else. Came in from Paris, and they are the touring Brits roasting in the sun. There'll be a few sore bodies tomorrow from sunburn, I can tell you. And that's,
the tortoise fans.
Yeah. Right, we are almost back underway. So you see the man in your picture there got the second goal from that set piece. A lot of these players still getting their first taste of life in a jersey, in the black and white, or the black jersey of Orlando Pirates. You see Kwayiba there. Yes, Abdeslam Wadwe, former Moroccan international defender. Played in the UK as well.
One thing that I can attest, TT, is that these pre-season friendly games, especially abroad, for a player, it can do so much to improve his game. I mean, I remember when we went to Denmark and Switzerland with Jomo Cosmos, as we see the ball coming in now.
Something again, probing into the area there to see whether Melusi Buthelezi can take better charge. Oh, that's a good turn from... but the free kick's going to go against Bolton Wanderers here. Initially turned his man well, did a Mario Kozia Dubry. There he is, player on loan from Brighton. Pressure being applied on Melusi Buthelezi. Yeah, look at the high press. Didn't see them do much of this in the first half, Bolton. Giving Pirates a taste of their own medicine, and they've won the ball. They've won the ball. And working it wide, there is Deon Hotto. Deon Hotto now. There is Hotto again, all the way back to the keeper. Good distribution there from the keeper. Now, looking good now, galloping down this left-hand side for Bolton is Conway. Still Conway. Just overhits that cross. Bolton will keep possession though. Morley. Forced all the way back to keeper.
The brilliance that has been done by the technical team and the coach, Steven Schumacher, is that first half, yes, he says, come, fall back, be compact. But this half, he says, let's see what's going to happen if we press them early on their ball. And they've won almost 50% of those balls.
Yep. See what are they? Let's put them to the test. Let's see what they're about. Yeah.
And also for him and his technical team, they can be able to say they vary their game to say sometimes we hold compact, we sit at the back, we let the team play in front of us. But sometimes we press on them, try to steal the ball and create a goal-scoring opportunity.
Nakati combining with Conway. So Max Conway on the ball. Pass was intercepted. A bit of a desperate clearance there. Anyway, will do, just getting it away from the danger area. Not wanting to get caught in possession.
Since the technical team of Orlando Pirates have witnessed that they are pressing them, now it's time to go to the first plan A, which is play behind the defense, where you can find the pace of Kwayiba and Appollis on that right-hand side. Because now if they drop and you want to play touches, the Bolton Wanderers players are able to press you and close you in your area. So stretch them with those 1-2 long balls behind their defense, force them to stay back.
Buthelezi. Bolton Wanderers have got the ball back. Harris struggling here with this in the second half to get any sort of rhythm going. Haven't, even the passing, haven't been able to find each other. And that's also credit to Bolton. They've put them under tremendous pressure in this second half.
There we go.
Way by the keeper. Safety first and gets it away first time. The keeper, Lister, who's taken over from the under-21 international Teddy Sharman Low, who kept going in that first half. We're just over 12 minutes now. Towards the end of this first outing for Orlando Pirates, I wonder what Wadu will have made of it. I mean, this is all about experimentation and finding out what your players are about.
But what I can tell you in football, TT, yes, the first loss will understand, will say, no, we structurizing and planning. Second loss, now we start lifting the ears up. Remember when I told you that for a player, when you have such pre-seasons overseas, we went to Denmark with Jomo Cosmos, we went to Switzerland, Italy, we came back. That was the season where we ended up winning the domestic trophies, Coca-Cola Cup, SA Top 8. It just boosts the players' confidence, the team as a whole. So it's so good to see our teams, Orlando Pirates, the Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, having such pre-season with the boys. I mean, you look at Mbokazi, probably first time in Spain.
Buthelezi, that's a poor from, he's given away possession and could be punished here. Max Conway, good recovery and good defending to recover possession. Kwayiba. See what they can do down at this right-hand side. Selepe on the ball now. Simphiwe Selepe finished the season beautifully with Orlando Pirates last time out. He's given a bit of a run in the last couple of weeks of the season, and he looked really, really impressive. That Simphiwe Selepe even got himself his first goal in the colours of Orlando Pirates. Oswin Appollis, Bafana, a South African international. Exciting player, bags of pace there, but we haven't really had seen him.
No.
Hasn't been given opportunity to turn and run at the fullback.
a soft-spoken player, doesn't shout much, but you see for the first 15 minutes when he noticed that he's not getting any ball, he should switch sides, which is what we always encourage players, especially the wingers. Every 10-15 minutes you see that you just fading out of the game. Come to the right-hand side and let Makgopa go to the left-hand side. Then it becomes easier. You might even find joy when he switches opposition, because you find the left back of Bolton Wanderers likes adventuring forward. Now you have a whole space. So if you sit in there, the whole 45 minutes will go without you even having a blistering pace behind the defense.
That used to be something that teams did a lot. That thing of switching the wingers, switching every now and then. But these days they tend to stay on their side and then don't swap them around.
Now here's the big question. The wingers know that that's expected from them. Do you do it without the coach's knowledge, or do you ask for permission? Because
here come Bolton, a offside flag. Yeah, the pass there from the Hungarian Sipho Chaine, Hungarian international, who tried to slip the pass in, but the man was offside.
I would say, TT, you do it, you switch sides, and if it doesn't work, then you switch back. You look at the earlier on defense splitting pass. Look at the run from the right-hand side. Both central defenders of Orlando Pirates were not concentrating. Xoki needs to just command.
John McAtee was just offside there. Nice little touch there from Makgopa. Well read by Bolton Wanderers. Into the last under 10 minutes of the game remaining. Pirates, Bolton Wanderers leading here by 2-0. Bolton Wanderers, who play in the third tier of English football. That were once in the Premier League, but oh my word, that's a crunching challenge. And he even puts his hands on his own head, George Johnston, because he realizes that he got a huge chunk of Kwayiba there. Needless though, Kwayiba was going the other way. It's unnecessary to be going in. There's no danger. Comes in from behind. It's a bad tackle. I don't think, hopefully didn't get much contact on Kwayiba, but it looked bad. It looked bad. The referee, I don't know whether the idea is that what's the point of booking players? It's just a friendly, but well, he has booked someone. Okay, I was asking like, what's going on? The rules are the rules.
Yeah, no, you have to book. You have to book.
And then we get the first one of the game, by my count.
Yeah, it is.
It's gone to George Johnston. It's taken all of 84 minutes for the key, or 83 minutes for the referee to produce a yellow, fortunately, and Kwayiba is back on his feet. It doesn't look as if it was anything too serious. It didn't look serious, to be fair, as Appollis now clips one into the box for Mabasa. Closed down quickly there, Mabasa, by John McAtee.
Now you can tell that it's pre-season, because now we know that Mabasa, with those first touches like that, especially in the box, he's magic. But you look at the way Appollis finds Mabasa, brilliant. They just need to also shield the ball a little bit.
More joy, no joy that side there. Yes. So look at what Bolton Wanderers can do now.
Bolton Wanderers will be happy with the lead so far. It's up to Orlando Pirates just to change gears, shift gears like we notice it now, which is brilliant, and try and just have one or two shots at goals to unease the defense of Bolton Wanderers and the trialist keeper.
Looks like he's okay.
Yep.
Time running out, just under 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes left. Moving down this left-hand side again with Chaine, the Hungarian. Sipho Chaine, Hungarian international. Now, down the right-hand side to Kozier Dubry. opening up there and never in control of that attempt, but decent little passage of play. But Dubry couldn't get a shot on target.
You could tell second half that Bolton Wanderers would be looking for Dubry on that right-hand side. Every time they try build-up touches on the left, and then they look for him with a change of ball to the far side. And he's been the impact player when it comes to the second half Bolton Wanderers, Dubry.
Going long there is Tapelo Xoki. Looking for the run of Tshepho Mashiloane down this right-hand side. Now slipping it through. It's a decent looking ball now, but didn't really get a hold of it. And a tame effort on goal, easily cut out. But a rare bit of effort on goal. And a rare build-up, a rare attack built up from the right-hand side here.
A good run from Nemtajela. That's his strength, one of his strengths. I wonder why he hasn't done it since coming in second half. But I can tell you as a former player that the nerves also, they kick in a little bit.
Nemtajela with the Waru, with the coach. Always nice to bring in players that you're familiar with. As Appollis now has switched to this right flank, as you were suggesting. Good work from Cozier Dubry, still keeping possession. Gets a round of applause as well. That's been a much improved display. Much dominant display from Bolton Wanderers here in the second half, no doubt. Mashiloane has done well to win possession. Starting to venture forward a little bit more. It's quite Mashiloane. Selepe, or rather Seema on the ball. Lebone Seema, formerly with TS Galaxy. It's too long. Well, what would you say, if you were Wadu, what do you think he would make of what he's seen here today?
The first half, the first 11 that came to play, very happy with it. Because why? Considered with a set piece. So a set piece is always something we can work on at training, not considering open play. And also the movement and touches of the new signings coming into play. You look at the likes of Mbule contributing very well. Moremi instrumental on that. And then for second half also, set piece outwitted them, something to work on. But then you need to teach the newly arrived players like Mashiloane, Appollis, what to do when it's not happening for them. For Bolton Wanderers, I can say that they did well, because now we could see the two game plans from them. First half, they stayed compact. Second half, they started pressing Orlando Pirates high.
Mashiloane, I should say that Orlando Pirates actually last season as well did have problems at set piece time. There was also a bit of a weakness in their games that they did tend to concede goals at set pieces.
Especially in the CAF, where that's what we witnessed. This CAF semi-final.
It was very costly the way they defended set pieces. Now there could be more trouble here, but good recovery from Seema. Dubry, look at that physical strength. With a handoff on the defender. That was Ndaba, Nkosikhona Ndaba. This one's just the one up, just about time up on this one. Looks pretty much as if Bolton Wanderers will be happy to take this win and prepare for their next one, which is against Barrow on Tuesday. English side for on the Pirates as well. They will also want to put this one behind them and then look to the next assignment. The next workout as gets underneath it. Why not have a goal from range, Kwayiba?
No,
why not?
Titi, no, you rotate it to the right-hand side. You've got a Makgopa who's waiting. You can break in Mashiloane who's joining in, and you're just too far away, you know, for goals. Yes, I know it's a trialist in goals, but rotated boy so you can get it back in the middle. But one big fact and element that I can say Orlando Pirates learned from this game is positional discipline. I mean, you saw Bolton Wanderers players were unbelievable in that compact space.
We are now into, we've already played a minute of stoppages. We'll see how much the ref will play here. But this one is pretty much done and dusted, you would think. Look at that again, looking to press there with this John Nakati, the number 45. Tapelo Xoki. Disappointing there. It was starting to look like a promising little build-up there. Tshepho Mashiloane signed from Baroka. And that's it. Final whistle then confirming a win for Bolton Wanderers. Oswin Appollis could have run out in the second half. But 2 goals conceded from set pieces then proved to be the undoing of Orlando Pirates in this first outing for them. Decent first half from them. And no doubt then it's just a question of like experiments, of course. Next up for them on Sunday, Paphos of Cyprus, before they take on the Spanish side, Granada. And then they wrap up their tour with Las Palmas on the 19th to Orlando Pirates. So 3 more matches to come on tour. Start on a losing note, but it's always important to keep perspective. Final thoughts from you, Lucky Mtati?
Very happy with the performance from both teams, especially Orlando Pirates. We can tell that they are cooking something, and the new signings.
Confirmation then, the final score, Orlando Pirates against Bolton Wanderers of the 3rd tier of the English Premier, or at least of English football, in this first outing at the Marbella Football Centre. It's ended Orlando Pirates 0, Bolton Wanderers 2.